Tonight, a glimmer of hope. That's what small business owners are saying as Minnesota's governor loosens some restrictions.
But for some, loosening restrictions is not enough. Tonight, we're learning more about a lawsuit filed against the governor by some small businesses.
And it was dubbed the American Patriot Rally. Another protest in Michigan sparks as the governor makes a new state of emergency request.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. It will be at least 2.5 more weeks before bars, restaurants, and other places where people gather will be allowed to reopen in Minnesota.
This comes after Governor Tim Walz extended the state's stay-at-home order this afternoon. While that's bad news for some, it's good news for others, as the Democratic governor did relax some regulations on certain small businesses. Walz said small businesses are allowed to reopen Monday, provided they follow certain guidelines. Customers are not allowed inside stores, and businesses have to have a plan to protect staff. But they can do curbside pickup and delivery, allowing at least some sales to happen. Walz says they made the decision based on feedback from the business community and the state's growing ability to test and trace COVID-19 cases. Small businesses in our area are weighing in on the governor's decision to allow them to partially reopen. Karin Kramer with Duluth Pottery and Tile says they will start offering curbside pickup to their customers, aligning with the governor's new order. Kramer says her store has been operating strictly online since mid-March, and it has taken a toll on their bottom line. After that month and a half of uncertainty, she said the governor's announcement today surprised her, but she's looking forward to this small taste of normalcy.
This little bit of opening here is a piece of hope that we all need. Like, I've been digging my garden like crazy because I want to do something that's positive and about the future. And so if we can carefully do this and be kind to each other and be appreciative of the things we all do for each other, I think this is a great first step.
Kramer says 2 of her employees will be back to work starting Monday, but only one of them will be inside at a time to try to remain as healthy as possible. Dave joins us now for a look at the weather. Dave, it was a beautiful day out there today.
Yeah, it was a really nice way to end April, and the stats for the month of April are in. The month in general was 2.7 degrees cooler than normal on the heels of the month before, which was 3.5 degrees warmer than normal. Today, actual temperatures were much warmer than normal and may stay that way through the weekend. So let's talk about today's high temps. We've got the wrap up here for today, which shows the Upper Peninsula temperatures were in the upper 50s for our high temps. And you get towards the Twin Ports, they ran from 54 by the lake to 68 degrees inland a little bit. And speaking of inland to the northwest of the Twin Ports, 70 degrees from Orr to International Falls, down to Big Fork and over towards Bemidji as well. Well, tomorrow may be just about as warm, but maybe not as sunny as today. Today's sunshine came courtesy, of course, of high air pressure. And air pressure is going to lower tomorrow, so clouds will increase by late afternoon, a 40% chance for rain. We'll talk about if that could spill into the weekend or not, coming up in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. New at 10, as Minnesota's stay-at-home order gets pushed out further and further, small business owners are growing more and more frustrated. So much so that some have now filed a lawsuit against the governor. Jeff Wagner explains what they are hoping comes of the lawsuit.
A fighting chance is what Title Boxing's owners in Arden Hills are asking for. It's been closed for weeks, just like Yoga by Blistopia, and several more small businesses now part of a lawsuit against Governor Tim Walz, demanding he lift the stay-at-home order that's keeping their doors shut while others thrive.
It's for everyone that owns a small business in the state of Minnesota and is wondering, why can't I sell Nikes at my store while Walmart down the road can still sell the same shoes there? I'm only going to have a couple customers in my store at a time. Walmart's got 500 in there at a time. Why can't I be open?
State officials wouldn't comment directly on the lawsuit, but acknowledge the difficulties small businesses are facing, stating the governor's executive orders on which businesses are essential and when others should open up is based on data and national guidance.
And we've got to continue to look at these issues very closely, looking for ways that we can start to open up in a thoughtful way.
Some companies that are already open are rolling back their restrictions, like Best Buy, which is now offering appointment-based shopping in-store instead of just curbside pickup. Home Furniture opened its showrooms, but also just for appointments. It will limit how many customers are allowed inside to ensure social distance. Changes to keep shoppers and staff safe from COVID-19 are part of the new normal as Governor Walz turns the dial on reopening the economy. Outdoor recreation businesses were the first wave, then office and industrial settings. And even with another round expected to be announced Thursday, those who are suing the governor say it's not enough.
The day that everyone can conduct commerce the way that they wish, freely within the laws of the land, is the day that we withdraw the law.
Meanwhile, the amount of testing that hospitals are capable of doing will be key before Governor Walz reopens the state. With that, Duluth hospital leaders say their COVID-19 testing has increased. That news comes after Governor Tim Walz announced last week that anyone with symptoms can be tested. It's part of his effort to reach 20,000 tests a day statewide before he believes it would be safe to reopen the economy. Via a virtual conference today, Essentia and St. Luke's doctors said they're performing COVID-19 tests on patients with a much more broad range of symptoms than they were before. They added that testing is easier now than ever.
Seen like a 50% increase at least in testing, but the percent positive has actually gone down. So before we were running like 2 to 3%, and I think the last numbers I saw in the 1% range.
Both hospitals are stressing the importance of getting tested by professionals and not through at-home testing kits.
The Duluth NAACP held a live discussion tonight about coronavirus and its impacts on minority communities. The group hosted the discussion on Zoom. It featured speakers from local groups and hospitals. They talked about issues like racism and health disparities, keeping communities safe, and coronavirus myths and misinformation. Dr. Verna Thornton says the biggest myth she's heard is that COVID-19 is no different from the seasonal flu.
We know through the World Health Organization that regular flu basically is much less virulent, which means it doesn't infect as many people as quickly, and it has much less mortality.
Thornton says COVID-19 has killed as many people in the U.S. during the last 4 to 6 weeks as a seasonal flu does in a single year. We'll have a link to watch the full discussion on our website.
Protesters gathered at the state capitol in Lansing, Michigan today, speaking out against Governor Gretchen Whitmer's stay-at-home order and her state of emergency request. Michael Martin has the story.
I'm here to tell you that, yes, you do have a right to fight for your inalienable rights. God gave you those rights.
Protesters gathered in front of the state capitol Thursday as part of what organizers dubbed the American Patriot Rally.
If you are immunocompromised, you should stay away from large crowds and use PPE when in close contact with others. But this is America, and that is your choice.
Protesters out in force to urge legislators to vote against the governor's request to extend the current state of emergency by another 28 days.
We would like to see all Michigan businesses open right now. Michigan families are suffering across the state, across the country, and it's time to get the economy moving again.
We're one of the few states in the United States that have the restrictions that we have to the extreme level, and there's a right way to go about this and there's a wrong way, and it's gone too far.
The rally, which started at 9 a.m., hosted several speakers throughout the afternoon on the steps of the Capitol. Around 1 p.m., though, they led the protesters inside.
It's so wet, rainy and wet out here. I think all of us need to walk inside the Capitol and say hello.
Senator Dana Polanki tweeted this photo of armed men in the Senate gallery, saying that some of her colleagues were actually wearing bulletproof vests for protection. Outside, while protesters were trying to enter, there was at least one individual arrested.
I don't really know if he was a counter-protester. He was drunk, and he took a flag from a child, and then I heard he punched somebody. People ran up to me and told us, asked me, your security, do something. So I followed him around, went and got the law, and they arrested him.
Everyone gathered to say they want the state to open back up.
We don't agree with what's going on right now. Our rights are being stepped upon.
We want to return to work. We want to return to our normal lives. We're not going to let fear stop us.
Governor Whitmer signed 3 new executive orders today. One ends the current state of emergency. The other 2 declare new states of emergency. She said legislative law from 1945 and 1976 gives her the power to do so.
A kitchen fire did $10,000 worth of damage to a Duluth apartment building this afternoon. Fire crews responded to Bluestone Lofts in the Woodland neighborhood just after 1 o'clock. They say the fire started in the common area and nobody was hurt. Meanwhile, a fire at downtown Duluth's former Cozy Bar is being investigated as arson. The small fire started around 10:30 last night at the abandoned Pastorate Terrace building on East 1st Street. Fire officials believe someone intentionally lit a piece of plywood on fire that was covering a doorway. The only damage was to the plywood and smoke damage inside. No one is in custody. If you have any information, you can call the tip line on our website. The more than century-old Pastorate Terrace building has been the center of lawsuits for years. The city wants the building demolished, while others are suing to preserve its history. The legal battle is still tied up in the courts.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Iron Range Strong, how a small business owner in Virginia is getting creative while supporting her community.
Plus, Dave will tell us if there's another gorgeous day on tap for tomorrow. Those details coming up.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
Join our team at St. Anne's. St. Anne's Residence is calling to service nursing assistants, LPNs, personal caregivers, and food service workers. We offer excellent pay, bonus opportunities, and great people to work with. Apply online. Together, we are St. Anne's Strong.
I'm Tom Tiffany. We have a special election coming up on May 12th, and while I'd prefer to shake your hand and ask for your vote, that'll have to wait. A lot has changed, but not my message. I'm a farm boy from rural Wisconsin, proud father of 3 daughters, a small businessman, and a proven citizen legislator. In Congress, I'll stand with President Trump to get people back to work and America up on her feet. I'm Tom Tiffany, and I approve this message.
New ownership means new inventory. Link Rec is having our Clear the Deck sale. $4 million of new and used boats, engines, and accessories must go. All discounted with savings up to $22,000. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime sale. Something for everybody, something for every budget.
I am most excited about getting to really know the viewers in the Northland and getting to show my personality too and letting the Northland kind of get to know me. I'm a very energetic person. I'm always at 100, and I'm always excited to be able to tell stories and being able to have a little bit of fun with it too. And I think that's really, really important on a morning show as well, because you need that energy in the morning to wake you up.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
In your community, there are businesses ready to help you through this difficult time. From restaurant takeout, appliance repair, roofing, or AC services, BBB connects you with local, trustworthy companies ready to do business safely and ethically. Support your local economy. BBB, building trust in trying times.
Well, I've been out here on the deck for a month now, and when we first started, it took 4 coats to stay warm, and now we're down to wearing a weatherman suit for the early shows, and at night, just 1 sweater. So temperatures are warming up. Spring is getting here. Today was a gorgeous day, and tomorrow could start the same way, but a different finish tomorrow night, perhaps with clouds and a chance for a little bit of rain. Let's talk about the almanac for the Twin Ports here today. The normal high temp is usually in the upper 50s, and today, folks in the UP had temperatures in that range, but most of the rest of us got warmer than that. Over the hill in Duluth, top temp is 66. Record high, it's 85 from 1952. The record low is 22 from 1966. I'm old enough to remember one of those days, but not the other. Pretty easy to figure out which is which, I suppose. Now, let's see what's happening at the airport in Duluth right now. And the current temperature, it's 53 degrees. Southeasterly winds going 5 miles per hour. And our air pressure is right in the middle ground at 1,012 millibars. But that is high enough to keep most of the clouds at bay, at least till tomorrow afternoon, when a new low pressure system comes to call, if briefly. There we can see it starting to push towards Grand Forks, increasing the clouds there, and already kicking up some rain for that neck of the woods. And by the time we get into tomorrow, that'll start to approach our area. For tomorrow, during the morning, It's going to be another nice one here, though, because of high pressure still in control of the region. So we start the day with sunshine in the middle part of the U.S., but as the day goes on, that low gets closer and closer with its warm front, and that brings in the clouds and brings in the rain Friday night into early Saturday morning. Chance for a showery payoff is 40%, and then a new high takes over Saturday afternoon, which will bring back the sun for the weekend. And dry conditions, too. Maybe dry enough Saturday and Sunday for the Weather Service to issue another one of its elevated fire danger advisories. So watch out for that this weekend. Tonight, watch out for low temps in Minnesota in the 30s, with a partly cloudy sky and a southwesterly wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. In Wisconsin and Michigan, the wind should be light and variable, so not even 5 to 10 miles per hour, but lows there in the 30s as well. And we all get a partly cloudy sky from the benevolent effects of the high-pressure cell. And tomorrow in Wisconsin and Michigan, the day will be spent watching the clouds increase, leading us to a chance for the night rain. High temp 63 to 67 degrees, so just about as nice as today. And into Minnesota, we're eyeing up increasing clouds tomorrow as well, starting sunny in the morning and leading to late afternoon and evening rain showers. Highs in the 50s by the lake, but mid to upper 60s farther inland. Eyeing up the 7-day forecast here. Temperatures on a mild side like this will be with us through the weekend. Temps in the 60s for Saturday and Sunday with some sunshine. But things get a little cooler and a little cloudier beginning on Monday. 30 to 40% rain chances then Monday in through Wednesday. And high temps only 47 to 53. That's not so bad either. But this picnic of 60, 70 degrees is going to end at least for a little while. Anthony and Kristen.
Thanks, Dave. New at 10, teachers at a Duluth elementary school paraded around town in their cars today to show their students some love. Nearly 50 cars filled with Myers-Wilkins elementary school teachers drove all over Duluth with signs and words of encouragement. One of those drivers, Lindsay Colquist, says she was surprised by how many community members not connected to Myers-Wilkins showed up along the parade route. She says it brought joy to many during this tough time.
It's really hard, this time of uncertainty, and everybody's kind of scared. We don't know what's going on. So just to show up for each other and prove to our students and our community that we're still thinking about them and we'll get through this together.
The teachers also thanked the students who came out to say hi.
For small businesses, the COVID-19 pandemic can cause large impacts. Now, one Iron Range store is hoping a fundraiser can help keep them stay strong and bring some hope. CBS3's Emma Quinn has the story.
After closing their own doors in March due to COVID-19, Barber Graphics Design Shop in Virginia is shifting gears to help others.
The first week, we really just relied on our own Facebook posts and our social media and asking people to share.
Owner Mamie Barber got the idea for her Support Small Business fundraiser after talking with small business support organizations.
I was talking with Betsy Alamonte from Small Business Development Center. She had heard of some fundraisers like that. Would I consider doing this for the range? And I said, absolutely.
The t-shirts are $20, and half of the money from each purchase will go toward a small Iron Range business of the buyer's choice. So far, they've raised $1,500 for 47 businesses.
Their favorite business or their choice to help that they know is struggling or in need.
Barber says the businesses don't know they were picked for the fundraiser yet. She hopes the surprise will offer a bit of joy.
That's our community and that's who we are.
Barber added that the fundraiser will go on for a month, and every Friday there is the option to pick up your order curbside. For anyone interested in participating, you can head to our website, cbs3duluth.com, for more information. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, ready for testing. That's the message from a pharmaceutical company as they continue work on a COVID-19 vaccine.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Each year, about 1.5 million Americans are impacted by sepsis, which is responsible for 1 out of every 3 hospital deaths. A new program at Essentia Health is aimed at detecting sepsis earlier and responding to it faster.
Sepsis is when you have an overwhelming response to an infection. So if you imagine that if you got an infection on your thumb would get red and swollen, and that's a normal response that your immune system has to help fight the infection. When you get sepsis, what is happening is that entire response is happening throughout your whole body. And the immune system it's overreacting to the infection in a way that is now damaging your organs. Probably the most important thing that we can do is identify sepsis early. And what we need to do is, as soon as we identify it, starting the patient on broad spectrum antibiotics and getting them appropriate IV fluids to help improve their circulation.
Early detection can save lives, and confusion is a red flag. For somebody already dealing with an infection who then becomes confused, it's imperative they get to a hospital.
We've done a really good job nationally of increasing the public's awareness of things like stroke and heart attacks and how important early treatment is. We haven't done as good of a job about educating people about sepsis. And your chance of surviving an episode of sepsis or septic shock is directly related to how quickly we can treat you and diagnose you.
This effort is helping us achieve our aspirational aim of zero preventable harm. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
This Medical Insight was brought to you by Essentia Health. To learn more about the services we offer, visit essentiahealth.org.
I'm Trisha Zunker, and I approve this message.
Trisha Zunker, a community leader we can trust to put politics aside and deliver on health care and jobs when we need it most. Not Tom Tiffany. He opposed the law that protects patients with pre-existing conditions who are most at risk for COVID-19. And he spoke against the bipartisan bill signed by President Trump to help small businesses hit hard by the pandemic. Tom Tiffany. Bad for our health and economy.
Take your new Polaris from Duluth Lawn and Sports, the region's largest power sports dealer.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
Pharmaceutical company Pfizer says they hope to start testing a coronavirus vaccine on people in the United States by early next week. If all goes well, Pfizer says a vaccine could be ready for emergency use by this fall. Tricia McCauley has the story.
Pfizer is working with German company BioNTech on a vaccine for the coronavirus. Human testing has already started in Germany, and Pfizer aims to start testing in the U.S. by next week, pending approval from health regulators. The companies estimate they'll be able to supply millions of vaccine doses by the end of 2020. The goal is to quickly scale up the process to produce hundreds of millions of doses in 2021. In a statement, Pfizer's chairman says they are fully committed to confronting the COVID-19 pandemic. The company is looking at ways to prevent and treat the virus. Pfizer is investing $650 million into research, developing the vaccine, and manufacturing to create larger quantities quicker. The White House administration launched Operation Warp Speed that aims to fast-track manufacturing of a vaccine.
Don't wait to see which works or which wins the bake-off. Start making the lead candidates now, so when the data are there, the next day we can roll it out across the country.
Reports say the goal of Operation Warp Speed is to have hundreds of millions of vaccines ready for patients by January of 2021.
Coming up in sports, the latest sporting events to fall victim to COVID-19.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Our health professionals are working tirelessly to keep us safe. Our showrooms are now open. With any $499 purchase, Home will donate $50 to feed our local heroes. And for you, our neighbors, our best pricing and free no-contact delivery. And we can't wait to see you back at Home Furniture.
Take spring by the horns. Unleash Toro power on your yard during Toro Days, April 29th through May 13th. Get up to $200 off select My Ride zero-turn mowers. Get $100 off Time Master 30-inch wide lawn mowers. And get up to $60 off 60-volt battery mowers. Great financing offers, too. Grab spring by the horns and get the best deals of the season. Now, during Toro Days, April 29th through May 13th. Toro. Count on it.
Clarity.
Honesty.
trust.
At Live Local CBS3, these are more than just words.
They're a promise that in times of uncertainty,
In times of fear, we're here for you.
here to help you understand,
To help you protect the things that matter most to you.
to bring you facts, not fear. That's our promise to you.
We're live,
We're local.
we're CBS3.
On behalf of the over 400,000 accredited businesses that support our services across North America, BBB salutes those individuals who cannot shelter in place. Many remain on the front lines, delivering essential services, often at great risk and sacrifice, to enrich or save lives in this time of desperate need. Thank you. Eventually, the all clear will sound, and we will begin returning to normal. Hopefully, we will never forget how much we missed our normal while it was away.
I am most excited about getting to really know the viewers in the Northland and getting to show my personality too and letting the Northland kind of get to know me. I'm a very energetic person. I'm always at 100 and I'm always excited to be able to tell stories and being able to have a little bit of fun with it too. And I think that's really, really important on a morning show as well because you need that energy in the morning to wake you up.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the DW crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on social media and discoverwisconsin.com for behind-the-scenes content and great Wisconsin giveaways, including a chance to win a free vacation. This week's featured prize package could take you to the Hayward Lakes area. Just visit discoverwisconsin.com for details.
Home Sleep Express has more mattresses than any other retailer. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Sleep Express. Right now, get 6-year financing on Tempur-Pedic, Purple, Heirloom, and more. With more selection at the best price, why shop anywhere else but Home Sleep Express?
Just last night, we were beginning to see little reports here and there over social media hinting at whether or not UMD Associate Head Coach for men's hockey Jason Herter would be officially leaving the program. Today, the athletic department confirmed after 9 years with the program, Herter is stepping down from his post as the Bulldogs Associate Head Coach to pursue other opportunities in hockey. In his time at the helm, Herter has been a part of 2 national championships with the Dogs, 5 NCAA tournament appearances, and 2 NCHC Frozen Face-Off championships. The native of Hafford, Saskatchewan, Herter came on as an assistant coach for the Bulldogs back in 2011 following the 2018 season that saw UMD win its 2nd national title. Herter was promoted to associate head coach. Yesterday, Duluth Marshall announced Amanda Bollier as their next girls hockey coach, replacing Stephanie Erickson, who led the program for 2 seasons. After her playing days at St. Lawrence University, a Division I college out east, she jumped right into a coaching role as an assistant at Yale University. She says she's excited to step into her new role in a community that has certainly embraced the growth of girls hockey and that it will be refreshing to get back to the rink and lead the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that growth is so great to see, especially in this area. I think down in the metro area and the Twin Cities, it is there. Girls hockey has boomed, and I think it was just a matter of time until it came up to Duluth. And I think it's a great time to be getting involved at the high school level. And I know we have a lot of really great youth coaches in the area. And I think that's been part of that kind of explosion of girls hockey. But yeah, it's so great to see it.
Just down the road in Proctor, one of her former line mates with the Minnesota Whitecaps, Emma Stauber, is leading the Proctor Hermantown Barrage. That's a friendly rivalry that Bollier is certainly looking forward to.
It'll be a nice little rivalry, and I know there already is kind of this, there's the 4 girls programs in this area that are all compete really well against each other. So that'll be exciting. It's always great to see, strong female leaders in our game, and I know Emma's done a nice job with that program so far.
Shifting gears, NASCAR has announced it will resume its season without fans beginning May 17th in Darlington, South Carolina. NASCAR will run 3 races at Darlington, which is NASCAR's oldest super speedway. The Cup race will begin on Sunday, then an Xfinity Series race on Tuesday, May 19th, and another Cup race, a 300-kilometer event on Wednesday, May 20th. NASCAR joins the UFC as the first major sports organization to announce specific return-to-play plans since the coronavirus pandemic shut down U.S. sports in mid-March. With one league starting up, another league is canceling its season. The 2020 Little League World Series has been canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. The annual tournament has attracted teams and fans from all around the world to Williamsport each year since 1947, coinciding with the decision. The 2020 MLB Little League Classic between the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles has also been canceled. Finally, the NFL is debating on a big change for this upcoming season. According to the New York Post, the league is reportedly considering playing games on Saturday. That is only if the college football season is canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. Commissioner Roger Goodell has stated before that the league is moving forward under the assumption a season will be played and start on time. But if there's no football on Saturdays because of college football, I'm all for adding more professional football to make up for it. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Choose to make a healthy difference in people's lives and join our team. Visit EssentiaCareers.org.
Here are some quick tips for a safer shopping experience. Though reusable bags are great for the environment, they can be a carrier for bacteria. Before shopping, please wash all bags. Try to keep 6 feet or 2 shopping carts of distance between you and other shoppers. Plan ahead so your trip can be quick and efficient. Though cash is accepted at most businesses, cash can transfer bacteria. When possible, try to use cards to lessen the risk of spreading illness. With your help, we can keep our neighbors healthy and workers safe.
Here at the Colorado Group, the health and well-being of our customers and employees is our top priority. Kohler has been privileged to serve this community for over 50 years. Our sales, service, and parts departments are open to serve you by appointment in order to provide a safe and healthy dealership visit. If you cannot make it to us, we will gladly come to you with a non-contact shopping or service experience. Please visit Colorado.com to set up your appointment today at any one of our family-owned dealerships.
Hi, I'm Duluth Mayor Emily Larson. This is an unprecedented time in history, and it is time for us to come together as one community. Please take time to listen to this really important message.
On behalf of St. Luke's, Essentia Health, the City of Duluth, and St. Louis County Public Health and Human Services Department,
we would like to request that all residents stay home if at all possible. Even if you're healthy, stay home. If you must go out, please try to limit your interactions to 10 people or less.
We are working with our state and federal partners to evaluate this time frame, and we will provide you an update as soon as we can. If you have mild symptoms, we are asking that people please stay home. If you feel that you need clinical care, we are requesting that people please call ahead to the hotline, your doctor's office, urgent care, or the emergency department before going in.
Together, we can do this. Thank you for your cooperation.
Powerful change occurs when people unite. We unite people to activate positive change, to make lives better. Help us fight for what's right for all. Basic needs, access to health care, a good education, and financial stability. There's strength in numbers. Join us and live united. HLUnitedWay.org.
For the news that impacts you most, turn to Live Local CBS3.
Wake up with Austin and Jenna at 5 a.m.
3 kids from Wright launched a GoFundMe campaign last week to provide food for first responders and healthcare workers. Today, the chiefs of the Duluth Police and Fire Departments dove in to support the cause. Cheers! He's having way too much fun.
Yeah, he is.
Police Chief Mike Tuskin and Fire Chief Sean Creuset jumped into Lake Superior, as you saw there. That's after Bria Dawson and Bryce Parrott took a jump in their own backyard lake after hitting each $1,000 mark in their fundraising goal. After exceeding their goal of $5,000 raised, Crozet and Tuscan decided to jump in the water as a show of support for the kids' hard work. Though the water was cold, they were happy to participate.
It was really nice to see people come together and to support this important cause of really propping up the people who do that important work every day on the front lines during this pandemic. Yeah, that's cool.
The GoFundMe campaign is still going. You can find the link on our website, cbs3duluth.com. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you tomorrow.